going on, everyone? Welcome on back. It is Monday, June 2nd. We have a 7-game Major League Baseball schedule on tap for today. Real quick, a recap of yesterday. We go 11-4 on our money line / spread picks. We go 8-7 on our over-unders. Our second game parlay, the games that were later in the evening, we just missed hitting our 6-leg parlay. We played the under in the Cubs-Cincinnati's game. The game ended up going over. We would have hit. I was actually watching that game. 6th inning, I heard the commentator say, it looks like the wind is now changing directions. Once he said that, I knew this game was going over. But you guys already know the rules over here. We take the good with the bad. On to the next one. 7 games on tap for today. Money to be made. Guys, before we jump into it, look for our play of the day. We have one game today I'm recommending to you more than any. Also, at the end of the video, our parlay plays of the day. Today we have 3. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. First game up of the day, we have the worst team in the majors, the Colorado Rockies, traveling into Miami to take on the Marlins. Colorado coming off of a series where they just got swept by the Mets. The Mets were actually able to cover the run line all 3 games against them. Miami had a decent series against the Giants. It was a homestand. They lost 2 out of 3 there. This is a perfect matchup today for the Miami Marlins to get right, and especially Meyer, their starting pitcher, had his worst start of the season last time out in San Diego. 3 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Like I said, this game, Marquez has been terrible to start the season. He is 1-7, 7.13 ERA, and for however bad he is, his numbers get worse when he's on the road. In this matchup today, you have Meyer, a slider, fastball throwing pitcher. There's only 2 guys, I should say, that might semi-worry me in this Rockies lineup, that being Goodman and Tolver. We look at Marquez's pitching arsenal. He throws the fastball, sinker, curveball. Those are the 3 pitches that the Marlins have found success against this season, on top of him being a right-handed pitcher. The Florida Marlins have been hitting righties this year. On to the plays of the game. I'm playing the Miami Marlins on the run line. The game total, 8, and I will play it to go over 8 total runs. Also, if you play different player props, like over 2.5 runs for pitching props, over 1.5 run, I would definitely take Marquez to go over 2.5 runs allowed, as well as Meyer to go over 1.5 run allowed. These guys are cash outs in those type of props if you play those props. Get back to it. To the hitting props here, we're taking Sanchez and Ramirez of the Florida Marlins, both to have 2 total bases. Then we look at the actual pitching props, our strikeout props, I should say. We're playing Marquez to go under 3.5 strikeouts. Meyer, we're taking him to go over today, over 6.5 strikeouts. Already on after that, we have an NL Central matchup starting up here. The Milwaukee Brewers traveling to Cincinnati, starting a series up with the Reds. The Brew Crew have been the hottest team in baseball, winners of 7 in a row. Cincinnati had a decent series. Not really. They had a bad series in Chicago. They lost 2 out of 3 there. In this matchup today, Milwaukee has Savale on the mount, Singer on the mount for the Reds. We do like Cincinnati in this matchup. Savale, he's a fastball, cutter, sinker guy. He loves to throw that cutter and that fastball high. He's a right-handed pitcher. The Cincinnati Reds have been taxing the fastball, taxing the cutter, especially when you leave that ball high. Guys like Ellie, Benson, tagging him, Trevino. So, let's get to the plays of this game. In this game today, we are playing the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. The game total is 9, and we're taking it to go over 9 total runs. On to the hitting props right now. We're taking 2 Cincinnati Reds. We're taking Benson as well as Trevino, both to have 2 total bases. On to the pitching props now. We're playing both starting pitchers to go over their line. Savale, we're playing him to go over 4.5 Ks. Singer over 4.5 strikeouts as well. Alright, this next game will be our play of the day. The one game I'm recommending to you more than any. The Los Angeles Angels traveling to Boston to start a series up with the Red Sox. In this matchup today, with Boston favored at home, we're playing the Road Dogs. This matchup today also has perfect weather, 83 degrees at the time this game is supposed to start. We have wind blowing out to the outfield. We have two pitchers that can get lit up. Perfect situation for a game over 9.5 total runs. Then we look at the hitting props, 2 total bases. We have Fitz on the mound for the Boston Red Sox, right-handed pitcher. The Angels have been able to get to righties this season. Then I look at his pitching arsenal. He's a slider fastball thrower. He will once in a while mix in a curveball. This is perfect situation, the perfect arsenal for these Angels hitters. Also, like I said, with the wind blowing out today, perfect setup for all these right-handed bats to get right against Fitz, as well as the lefties in that Angels lineup. So, we're looking at our hitting props. I like 3 batsmen in this game today. Sancho as well as Neto for the Angels. Then I look at Devers for the Red Sox, who has faced Anderson before. Devers is hitting lefties very well this year. Like I said, he's gotten to Anderson before, took him yard. So give me Devers as well. Those will be our 3 batsmen we're taking in this game. For the pitching props, I am playing Anderson to go under his line of 4.5 Ks. He does not have the strikeout pitches to go up against this Red Sox lineup. Do not get me wrong. This Red Sox team is a top 5 team in strikeouts. I just do not see him able to get the punch-outs against these Red Sox team. Fitz, though, for the Sox, we're playing him to go over his line, over 3.5 strikeouts. We know this Angels team, when they see right-handed pitching, they strike out a bunch, but they also put up a ton of runs. So Anderson under his line of 4.5 Ks. Fitz, we're playing him to go over 3.5 strikeout. Right on after that, we have a AL Central matchup starting up here. The Detroit Tigers traveling into Chicago to start a series up with the White Sox. Detroit coming off of a good weekend where they won 2 out of 3 against Kansas City. The opposite for the White Sox, they got swept by the Orioles in this matchup today. I do like Detroit on the run line. The game total is 8.5, and I do like this game to go over 8.5 total runs. For the hitting props, 2 total bases, I'm taking 3 Detroit Tigers. Give me Carpenter, Green, and Colt Keith. All 3 of those Tigers to have 2 total bases. On to the pitching props now, and I am playing Flannery to go over his line of 5.5 strikeouts. Cannon today, we're taking him to go under 4.5 Ks. Alright, on after that, we have an NL West matchup starting up here. The Padres traveling to San Francisco to take on the Giants. Now, the one glaring thing everyone's looking at here is that the Giants had to travel cross-country back from Miami all the way to San Francisco, whereas the Padres were at home yesterday in San Diego. Now just have to take a 2-hour trip, if not an hour trip, up to San Francisco today's game. The Giants are the best home team in general, so we have to put that into play when we think about any Giants game and them playing at home. Then we look at both of these teams, to be honest. Like I said, it's an NL West matchup. It's a very important NL West matchup. They come in with semi-identical records. The Padres are 33-24. The Giants are 33-26. So the Giants have just played 2 more games and lost 2 more games. Also, they both sit 2 games out from the Dodgers, who are currently leading the NL West. So this is a very important matchup here to see who's going to be that second-tier team really going at the Dodgers. In this matchup today, with Webb on the mound for the Giants, I see no other way to play the Giants on the money line. The game total is 7, and I do like this game to go over 7 runs. We see the wind is blowing straight out into the outfield for this game at the time of its start. For the hitting props, 2 total bases, I'm going with 3 batsmen in this game. I'm going Ramos and Flores of the Giants, as well as Jackson Merrill of the San Diego Padres. All 3 of those guys to have 2 total bases. On to the pitching props now, and I'm taking both starting pitchers to go over their lines. Kolek to go over 3.5 strikeouts. Webb to go over 4.5 Ks. Already on after that, we got the Minnesota Twins in Sacramento starting up a series with the Athletics. This is another thing where we're just going to pay attention to the travel spot here. The Athletics have to travel across country from Toronto to Sacramento, having to go through customs agents. That's not going to deter or be the biggest factor in why we're not playing the Athletics. We're playing the Twins on the run line, and it has everything to do with Joe Ryan being on the mound for the Twins. In this matchup today, we are playing them on the run line. The Minnesota Twins on the run line. The game total is 9.5, and we're playing this to go under 9.5. We have seen game one after the Athletics have travel spots. They've either gotten shut out or allowed the highest points they score is 2. The only thing that would make me nervous about this matchup for the Twins, Ryan has been known to give up the long ball in this small ballpark today. Wind looks like it's circling. So maybe by the end of the night, we could see the wind going straight out. That would have me nervous. But we do like the under in this one. Under 9.5 total runs. Onto the hitting props, 2 Minnesota Twins. We're going Carlos Carrera as well as Ty France, both to have 2 total bases. Onto the pitching props now. We're playing Ryan to go over his line of 6.5 strikeouts. Severino, we're taking him to go over 4.5 K. All right, like we said, short schedule. 7 games only on tap. This will be the final game of the day. The New York Mets traveling to Los Angeles to start a series up with the Dodgers. The Dodgers just coming off of winning a series against the New York team. They won 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. They did lose last night's game. The Mets coming off a series where they swept Colorado. Having to travel to Los Angeles today, another thing, I don't think that will be a huge determining factor. The fact they have to travel. They played earlier in Sunday. Had plenty of time to travel out to Los Angeles. The game is at 10 o'clock West Coast start. In this game, though, the one big thing that's a sore spot here is Blackburn is making his season debut for the Mets. This is the worst possible thing to be doing to someone, having them make their first start of the season, their season debut against this Dodgers team in Dodger Stadium. All of that being said, in this matchup today, we are playing the Dodgers on the run line. The game total is 9, and we're taking it to go over 9 total runs. For the hitting props, 2 total bases, we're taking 3 batsmen. Give me Lindor of the Mets, Ohtani, and Freeman of the Dodgers, all 3 batsmen, 2 total bases. On to the pitching props now. And I am taking Blackburn to go over his line of 3.5 strikeouts. He does have good punch-out stuff. I'm also taking to go over his line, over 5.5 Ks today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, our 3 parlay plays of the day. We start off with our first one. It'll be a game parlay, 5 legs. We start off with the Miami Marlins on the run line. The Los Angeles Angels, Boston Red Sox game total to go over 9. The Cincinnati Reds on the run line, as well as the Cincinnati Reds Milwaukee Brewers game total to go over 9. And finally, the Detroit Tigers on the run line. All 5 legs, $5 bet pays $100. On after that, this will be our second games parlay. We start off, it's a 4-leg, $5 bet. We start off with the San Diego Padres, San Francisco Giants game total to go over 7. The Minnesota Twins on the run line. The Dodgers on the run line. And finally, the New York Mets versus the Los Angeles Dodgers game total to go over 9. All 4 legs, $5 bet pays $65. Finally, we wrap it up with our player props. 1 home run parlay we're playing today. It's a 4-leg parlay. We start off with Mike Trout of the Angels, Ellie De La Cruz of the Cincinnati Reds, Kerry Carpenter of the Detroit Tigers, and Jackson Merrill of the San Diego Padres. All 4 gentlemen, dollar parlay pays $500. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone. I appreciate you guys all. I hope we can make some money today, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.